Hello traders, this is DFXS. Welcome to TFX family, and I believe that guys you are doing great. All right, in this video we are going to learn more about our TFX RENKO, especially for those people who are asking about the RENKO ATR and RENKO traditional. And my answer has been very simple, that our RENKO system or our RENKO file contains both, so that it can suit you for what maybe you'd like to trade, uh, whether you want to use ATR or whether you want to use what we call a traditional setup. I myself personally, I do like to trade using the ATR because of my reason. So without wasting any time, guys, let's get into it so that you can differentiate in between the two and you can see the importance. All right, we are going all to use the TFX RENKO manual system. This is the Nairobi, and it's very simple. You just use the RENKO file 2. Remember now, the RENKO file 2 gives you a signal. This is the system that generates a signals. Automatically, it will generate signal and pop up or give you an alert, or it can also send messages or emails if your terminal is connected. So it's very simple. You just, after proper installation, you just follow you just click a TFX RENKO file. So you don't uh, or you don't do any analysis. Sorry, you don't do anything. All you need to do it is to pick a RENKO file, a template. That's all you need, and then the system automatically it will generate the RENKO setup. So let's go here and learn about our when you want to use a RENKO traditional. Now, this setup by default is using ATR by default. There is a lot of setups here that many cannot understand, and I'm not going to explain or to give details about everything here because this is our secret and this is what makes our RENKO being unique in the market. But I'm going to show you the simple setups in case if you want to use a RENKO, if you want to use a traditional setup. What is a traditional setup? The traditional setup, it's whereby you set the exact brick that you want to be formed. Let's say, for example, you want the bricks of 5 pips. Let's say, for example, like now you're trading GPP USD, and you'd like every brick to be formed of 5 pips or $5. Let's say, for example. So this means that in every 5 pips, the new brick will be created automatically, or it will start forming a new brick in every 5 pips. All right, and let me remind you one thing that is very important. Whether you are using ATR or whether you are using the traditional, the truth is RENKO bricks does not formed by time. So if you want exactly time to, let's say, for example, you want every brick to be formed after 1 hour, that has never happened, maybe in future. But RENKO, the reason why the RENKO filters the noises in the market, it is because it is not based on time, but based on price. That's what you really need to understand. So even if we set, let's say, for example, a brick of 5 pips, this means that yet every brick will be formed after 5 pips. But what happens when the market is consolidating? The brick will consume it's like consuming or swallowing the candles in order to filter the noises or the zigzags that are there. This, for example, this is 2 hours, and you can see we have a pullback here, but there is a way these candles are playing. If you go even to a lower time frame, you'll find a lot of games at this point. But the RENKO can filter this and make them one. So even if we have set like 5 pips per brick, This means that whenever the market is consolidating, it must be consumed or it must be swallowed by one brick or two or three. It is determined also with the movement in the market. And this is why we have several setups to make sure whatever you set, whether it is in traditional or whether it is by default with ATR, trust me, everything will work perfectly. So let's learn what if you want to use ATR. So for example, this is a default setup, all right? This is a default setup that you don't need to do anything in whatever you trade. The good thing with the ATR, you no longer need to set everything, maybe for gold, for whatever, maybe for other stuffs. You're not going to do many setups. But when you want to work with traditional, trust me, if we jump here, the good thing is with the traditional, it can suit when you are trading currencies or currencies pairs, all right? But if you go to something like volatility and other stuffs, you must change. Even if you want to trade gold, also you must change. And that's what we are going to learn this time around. So by default, when we are trading using the ATR, I just want you to check this correctly. Nothing have changed. And this setup, this pullback here, right? This pullback that was happened at this from let's say date 17, all right? This pullback happened from date 17. If we go back here, let's do this. All right, you can see the pullback is here, date 17 of this June. So this pullback here, you can see it's very, very smooth. But when we go back to candlestick, you can see there is a lot of ranging, or there is a lot of zigzags here. Let me zoom so that you can see it correctly. And it is not as smooth as what the Renko is showing us. This is the best thing about our Renko file. It will make sure it has filtered every noise and give you a clear setup, because here we can see this small movement here also. It's also a smooth movement all the way from here to here. And you can see even manually, you can bank a good money, or you can catch up some pips smoothly. So let's go again to other currencies. We can jump even to this one. You can see I can use the same file. All right, I can use the same file with any of the currency that I can choose here. I can use the same file and you can see it's going smooth. All right, even if I go to gold, let's say for example, I pick gold right now and use even the same file. Let me not even go to for the gold. Let me use the same file. You can see it will still give us a good setup. All right, even if I go to Nasdaq, you can see you'll find that, and let's use the same file, Renko file 2. You'll see everything goes smoothly, nothing to be changed. Now let's move on now and go to a Renko traditional, and to see if you want to use a Renko traditional, what are you supposed to do? All right, we are going to use example also with this GBP USD. Let us use the same file and delete this and do some changes. All right, so this is the only some changes that you really need to do. Let's say, for example, you have used our default template. So all you need to do it is to delete this Renko chart, pause here of algo trading. All right, so go at this corner here to our Renko file, double click. All right, so if now we want to change to transform or to change this from ATR to traditional, you only have two setups that you can change. The setup number one, you can see there is auto brick size. That is the one you should set false, not true. Now, the second one, it is the box size that you want to trade. All right, the box size. So let's say, for example, you want to trade like every box size you want it to contain 10 pips. All right, or yeah, 10 pips. So all you need to do it is to set here 10 pips. What if it is still in 100 points? let's check what will happen. All right. Let me delete this and save this first. 0. Right. So this is how it will look like. Oh my. You see? So every brick here, here, we see here, it's 100 pips. All right, 100 pips, because there, when we change into traditional, now it's count into pips. But when it is in ATR, it counts in points. So 100 pips here in our setup, check it correctly, 100 pips here. All right, so it is not 100 points when we shift into traditional. So every brick here, they will be fixed. It will be a fixed price of 100 pips. All right. So this is why you are seeing from here, or when any of the box here, that is 1,000. All right, 1,000 points. That is 100 pips. So let's go back here again. Check. You can test any of the brick here. They are all fixed price, all right? 100 pips or 1,000 points. So now you cannot, of course, you cannot trade with 100 pips per bricks, but if you want to, that is the simple. So the only thing you can do here, we can check if we want every bricks to contain only 10 pips, all right? So we can set there, let me delete and save the template again. 00, all right, or 00, you see. So let me zoom again and start calculating these points. So you'll find from here to here, it's 10 points, 10 pips, sorry. So let me do this, because maybe someone is not seeing it correctly. We are talking about every brick here should contain 10 pips, right? Every brick here, from here to here, you can see 100 points is there, right? Any brick here now, it's 10 pips. 10 pips. 10 pips is 100 points. Every brick here is fixed price of 10 pips. So let's delete that again. And let's say, for example, I want every, let's stop by 5 pips, all right? So let's save that template and save 000. Let's say, for example, so let's go to 000, all right? So it's very simple. After saving, you just use the same file. So every brick here, now it's 50 points, which is 5 pips, any brick. So when using a traditional, this means every brick should be fixed. So in every 5 points or 5 pips or 50 points, a new brick will be formed. In every 5 points or 5 pips or 50 points, a new brick will be formed. It is simple as that. And this means that if we can trade all currencies here, let's say, for example, every currencies here, it will be very simple, all right? Because you just pick, you see, nothing, we have changed nothing, guys, only those you follow instruction in case you have the system or you want to change anything. So it doesn't matter now which currency you are using, but every brick here will contain 50 points or 5 pips. Hope that is clear. Now, let's give an example. We say that suits currencies, you don't need to change anything. For currencies pairs, that one can suit every brick here can contain 10 pips or 5 pips. That will determine with your setup. It's very good if you are trading currencies, you can set that and you are good to go. The works comes when you want to trade something else. You must measure it correctly. But for the currencies, it can suit all currencies. But let's now say we want to trade gold with the same. Is that possible? So let's go to gold, all right? I wish I was in a DERIV platform and see how different it is when using a DERIV. So when we go to gold, I want you to check this correctly. Uh, that's how it will look like. This is abnormal, right? It's looking like a line and spread and whatever. So that one is not that good because to gold, it does not go with pips, 5 pips, all right? This one will work abnormally. So all we can do when we go to gold, let's say, for example, you just start playing here games. What if I set like 1,000 points? Because now when we go to gold, that is 1,000 points. We start working with points, all right? Let's let me use this single zero and see what is happening. So this is how you start playing games. You say, oh my, 1,000 is so bad. It's no looking, no nagging. All right. You play this game. This is 1,000 points per brick. So you can say, oh, that I think is still nagging. Let me check what if I set 500 points. All right. And click OK. For first, you have to delete and then save the template, and again come to 500. See how it looks like. Is it that good for you? If that's smooth, you still see, I don't like this, it's not that smooth, I think it contain raging. So all you need to do again, you go back. All right, I'm showing you what you can do for yourself, guys, in order if you want to change anything, if you want to shift from our default setup for the ATR to traditional. So this means that our system is so friendly. So you can see now, boom, that is 200. That 200 is not bad, all right, for the gold. So this means even we can set 100, all right. So the work is here. This is what I want you to understand. The work is here. Some of the things that you want to trade, you have to create their own template according to the size of the box that that suits them. All right. So I do believe now when we go to gold, 100 to 200 is now cool. All right. 100. This is 100 points now. Let's see how it will work. It must refresh to make sure that it collect every data correctively. All right, so that's 100. It's not bad. So you can set 100 points for gold. And let me see, if it were me, I think I can set 150. I can set 150. So from 150 to 200, I do believe that one will be so cool for gold. Yeah, to me, this is so cool for gold, 100 points. So this means that 150 points. So this means that every brick here will contain 150 points. Oh my. You see, that is 1,500 points. So this means every brick here is like 150 pips. So that is good for gold. And you can see it looks so nice. All right, let's go to 2 hours. You can see the weights dropping here. There was a small pullback here. Then again, you can see the market is dropping so cool. And the signal is sell, sell, sell. So this is so perfect. If you want to trade gold, you can set 100 points, and it is simple by disabling only, playing with only these two, brick size and auto brick size. You set it false. Now, let me go back and tell you about other stuffs. I know people have the knowledge of traditional setups and also when using the ATR. So to us, or to me, according to me, I'm not going to explain this because I'm not going to reveal my own secret about my Renko, because I want always to remain unique. Use your brain and be unique, all right? So it is simple by shifting, because it is only auto brick. You set false and you go back here to brick size and set the size of your brick as you wish. And I do believe this surprised many, because many were wondering, is this traditional Renko or is this ATR Renko? So it's very, very simple as that. So if I come here again, by default, it will come with ATR setups. But in case if you want to to shift to traditional setup. That is how simple it is. So there is nothing you are going to change into a Renko template here. Nothing, you are not going to change anything here. As I have already shown you, it will be very easy. If you want to shift from traditional, you just start with our normal ATR Renko file, whether you are using Nairobi manual system or you are using a Renko Sniper, you only need to use this Renko file too. After there, you delete this Renko chart, all right, and you go back to this Renko file. You double click here in that corner, and again, now you go to this point, all right. Auto brick size, you set false. Then you set the size of the brick that you wish to. Only by doing that again, let's say for example, we have done that and we save if that is what you wanted, and you just save that template with the name that you'll remember. Then from there, you just come and select that template, that Renko file. All right. If you have saved it like me, let's say for example, single zero here, you just select zero, and then the other one will brought itself, or it will be created automatically by the system. So don't forget, that is the only part you need to change, nothing else. Don't say, is there anything? No, everything is simple. You just command the Renko file that you want to trade a traditional. Then from there, you are good to go. And trust me, you'll be very, very profitable because, as we said, because let's go back. Let's go back. Let me delete this. Let me remind you something here. Let's say, for example, it's gold you're using. So you are very, very sure, 100% now, that if this is your entry, only 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks, let's say, for example, here, 150, you have more than 4 bricks is like 600 pips. So if it is only 3, you are very sure that only 3 bricks or 4 bricks, you have more than 500, or you have more than 300 points. It's very simple and it's very, very profitable. If you set traditionally, you'll still get a good result, because as you can see here, you can get a good result because the system does not only rely with Renko bricks. It will rely on direction of the market, all in one order block here. You see, if there was a deceivableness of a buy here, the Renko cannot enter into the market when it is a downtrend. So it will make sure it's giving you sales. So whether you are using a traditional or you're using the ATR, you will always be profitable. And I do believe from next week, I think I will set this Nairobi manual system with traditional and see how simple it is, and it must give us a good result. I do believe for those people who have been asking about the traditional and other stuff, I do believe now you have the answer. Allow me not to talk more details about the others, because the simple thing here, it is how you can shift from ATR to a traditional. The other one are our secret to make sure the system is refreshing itself. It cannot freeze, it cannot give you false signal, it maintain your setup. So thank you so much, guys, and once again, welcome to TFX family. Thank you.